Okay, this is lesson 8, and the topic is control structure. So basically, we will be discussing conditions and conditions, nothing else, or everything related to conditions. So I've mentioned Boolean data type. Let's say x equals true, y equals false. So it has two values, either true or false, with capital T and capital F. So the data type is Boolean. So if it is true, it means it is 1. We can use other numbers different from 0, but normally we use number 1. We have false or 0. Now let's talk about selection control. So you have one condition, any condition about anything. You will have two cases, or let's say you will have two answers. Either true or false. We don't have anything in between. It's either true or false. We don't have the middle. We also need a Boolean expression, which is our condition. So a simple example, 10 greater than 2. So this is our Boolean expression. I'm writing Boolean expression. And you will get one result, either true or false. Is it true? Is number 10 greater than 2? Yes, it is true. So this is our answer. Yes, this one is true. So this operator here is relational operator. Now let me mention all relational operators. We have two equality signs if you want to check two values are equal or not. We have not equal, for example, 5 not equal to 6. So if you want to check a value is not equal to another value, we have less than, we have greater than, we have less than or equal, and the last one, greater than or equal. So for this one, let's say, is it equal to? Is it equal to something? This one not equal to a value. This one less than, greater than, less than, or equal. Be careful, not and equal. And the last one, we have greater than or equal. So let's talk about the first one. It's a bit confusing. We have two equality signs. So basically it's used to compare two values. But this one, as you know, is used to assign a value to a variable. So be careful about these two. They're totally different. We use the first one for a condition and the second one if you want to assign a value to a variable. Now let's have some simple examples. 20, two equality signs, 3. So if you have two equality signs, you can say, is number 20 equal to 3? Is it true? This is definitely false. It's obvious. You don't need any knowledge of programming. 10 equals 10. Yes, this is obvious. It's true. Number 5 not equal 7. Yes, it is true. 6 not equal 6. This is false because number 6 is equal to number 6. So this one is false. 0 less than minus 5. Is it true? This one is false because 0 is greater than minus 5. 7 less than or equal to 7. So be careful about this one. We have 7 less than or equal to 7. 7 is not less than 7, or 7 is not greater than 7, but here we have this equality sign. So it makes the result true. 7 is not less than 7, but 7 is equal to 7. We have 8 greater than 10. This is false. And the last one, 10 greater than or equal to 15, which is obvious, and the answer is false. Now the next part is logical operators or Boolean operators. We have and, be careful in lowercase letters, not capitals. We have or, and we have not. These are not words, these are operators. Now let's have two variables, x, y, and I will assign false to x, false to y, true to x, false to y, false to x, true to y, and the last one, true to both of them. So these are the values of x and y. Now let's try these three operators. Let me change the color. So the first one, let's say x and y. So using AND operator. So we have false and false. We are having AND operator. So if one of them is false, the answer is false. So how to get true? Both of them must be true. So you have false, false. False and false is false. We have true and false. Again, the answer is false. We have false and true. The answer is false. So as you can see, if you have false, the answer is false. So both of them must be true. And we have true and true. So the answer is true. Now let's try OR operator. We have X or Y. So it is a bit different from AND operator. We have false or false. Both of them are false, and the answer is false. We have true or false. If one of them is true, you simply write true. So at least one of them should be true. But for AND, both of them must be true. Now we have false or true. The answer is true. And the last one, it's obvious. We have true and true or true. The answer is true. Now let's try not X. So not false. What is the opposite of false? It is true. We have not true. What is the opposite of true? It is false. Again, for these two, false and true, not false is true, and not true is false. So here we have AND operator, OR operator, and NOT operator. Now let's say you have false and true. Suppose this is your condition. You have false and true. So what is the answer? It's obvious. The answer is false because we have AND operator. So in order to have true, as a result, both of them must be true. Now we have false or true. So what is the answer? The answer is true, because at least one of them is true. Now let's have one more example. Let's say we have the variable n, and this is my condition. N greater than or equal to 1, n less than or equal to 20. So let's say n is 5. So we'll change the color. 5 greater than or equal to 1, 5 less than or equal to 20. So let's have two parts. The first one is this. 5 greater than or equal to 1. Is it true? It is true. 5 is not equal to 1, but 5 is greater than 1. So this part is true. And this part is also true. 5 is not equal to 20, but 5 is less than 20. So this one is true, but is it possible to divide the expression into two parts? Yes, and it will be clear if you divide it into two parts. 1 less than or equal to 5. So you want to have a connection. So you can use AND operator. 5 less than or equal to 20. So both of them are valid in Python, but to be clear, you can use this one right here. Now let's see what's happening here. 1 less than or equal to 5. Is it true? This one is true. We have AND operator, so just write AND here. The second part, 5 less than or equal to 20. This one is also true. So what do you think? True and true. Both of them are true. So the answer is true. Now let's finish the lesson here. As usual, Take care and bye bye.